Have you ever entered a space and felt something shift before a single word was spoken? Ever noticed how certain people seem to change the entire atmosphere just by walking in? It's not magic or manipulation, it's energy. And your energy might be more powerful than you think. There's something you may have already sensed, perhaps in quiet moments or in the reactions of others. Some people seem to carry a presence that makes heads turn, voices lower, or the mood shift, often without even trying. What you're picking up on isn't your imagination. It's a very real energetic phenomenon. This has nothing to do with charisma, volume, or how you look. What truly impacts others is the invisible field that surrounds you, the energy that enters the room before you do. In Jungian psychology, Carl Jung described this as an expression of the self, a unified force that emerges when the ego aligns with something much deeper within. When that alignment occurs, the energy you radiate becomes undeniably authentic, and people feel it. For some, your energy is magnetic, something they can't quite explain, but feel drawn to. For others, it's unsettling, not because you're doing anything wrong, but because your presence touches parts of themselves they're not ready to face. In this video, we'll walk through 13 signs that your aura is so potent, so real it can shake people, even if you don't say a word. But stick around until the end, not just to spot these signs in yourself, but to truly understand how the depth of your presence can transform the world around you, silently and powerfully. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to the Daily Stoic channel and join our Telegram community, where we explore more content on personal and spiritual evolution. Now let's get started. 1. Your presence arrives before you do. Long before you speak, others already feel you. Some people are easily forgotten, but you leave a lingering impression even in complete silence. What they're picking up on isn't force, it's coherence, a rare alignment between who you are inside and how you show up outside. Jung believed that the psyche extends beyond the physical body. Your presence, calm yet undeniable, is living proof. It doesn't demand attention. It naturally shifts those around you, depending on where they're at internally. 2. You make people either expand or retreat. Your energy isn't neutral. It's like a mirror revealing what others might be hiding, even from themselves. For those who live in avoidance, your authenticity can feel almost invasive, not because you're trying to expose them, but because your presence highlights what they haven't yet accepted. On the other hand, for those seeking clarity, your energy feels like a lighthouse. You awaken what's been dormant, whether they're ready or not. 3. Animals, children, and nature respond to you instinctively. You might notice that animals come close or avoid you entirely. Children are drawn to you or watch you in quiet awe. Even the natural world seems to respond to your inner state. Why? Because instinctive beings sense truth. They resonate with the frequency of who you are, not what you say. When you're calm, nature reflects it. When you're unsettled, the world around you tightens. This kind of sensitivity is ancient, and it cannot be faked. 4. You intimidate without meaning to. You're not trying to dominate or take up space. In fact, your energy might be peaceful, quiet, even gentle. But in a world full of noise and mass, true authenticity can feel like confrontation. People unconsciously project their unresolved issues onto you. Your calm is mistaken for coldness. Your clarity feels like a threat. Your depth, sometimes seen as arrogance. But what truly unsettles them is this silent question your presence raises. What part of myself have I been hiding? 5. You shift the energy of any room you walk into. When you enter a space, something changes. The emotional temperature adjusts. People may stand straighter, grow silent, or suddenly become more aware. It's not that you're trying to control anything. Your presence simply resonates. You carry an energetic field that either organizes or disrupts, depending on what's already there. You don't push, you realign. Earlier, we uncovered how your presence alone can shift rooms, stir emotions, and reflect truths people aren't ready to face. Now let's go even deeper into how this energetic alignment affects your interactions and why others feel it, whether they understand it or not. Because when deep alignment meets outer chaos, something always moves, something shifts, stirs, awakens. You don't have to try. Your symbolic energy naturally activates the unconscious, and that kind of impact runs deeper than most realize. 6. Your intuition reads people effortlessly. You don't need long explanations, emotional backstories, or hours of conversation to understand someone. You simply feel it. The moment someone enters your space, their energy speaks to you, clearly and immediately. You can sense disharmony, deception, or hidden wounds, long before any of it becomes visible. This isn't guessing. This is a form of energetic literacy. You read people the way others read facial expressions or body language. Tone, silence, posture, even the subtle vibration of a room. These are the languages you understand without translation. You don't analyze it, you just know. 7. Small talk exhausts you. Surface-level interactions leave you feeling drained, even if they seem harmless on the outside. That's because your energy is wired for depth, not distraction. You immediately notice when someone's just talking to fill the silence, or when their presence is disconnected from their words. That's why you might naturally pull back in shallow conversations, not because you're rude or antisocial, but because your being quietly demands authenticity. You long for realness in a world that often hides behind smiles and small talk, and sometimes the absence of depth feels louder than noise. 8. You reflect the shadow side of others. Like a mirror, you reflect both the light and the darkness in people. Often you receive admiration you never asked for, or suspicion you never earned. People may distance themselves from you without explanation. Why? Because your energy illuminates, and when light enters, shadow becomes visible. Those who aren't ready to face their own inner world may unknowingly project that discomfort onto you. They may blame, misunderstand, or criticize. But this isn't your burden to carry. Your role isn't to absorb their confusion. It's to stay centered, grounded in who you are. Don't take it personally. Take it as a confirmation that your energy is real and it's doing exactly what it's meant to do. 9. Your silence carries weight. Even when you say nothing, the space feels full. Your silence isn't empty, it's charged. It holds presence, awareness, intention. You don't speak just to be heard. You speak when the moment is right, when energy aligns. And when you're quiet, people often feel it more than when others are talking. This is not about performance or dominance, it's about presence. And presence doesn't need volume, it only needs truth. Before we continue with sign 10, I truly hope this journey has been insightful so far. If these words resonate with you, consider sharing this video with someone who might also feel these signs deep in their bones. And if you'd like to support the content and mission behind this channel, feel free to leave a donation by clicking the thanks button below. Your presence here, your attention, it means everything. 10. People open up to you without knowing why. Strangers tell you their life stories. Friends confess wounds they've never voiced before. You don't ask for it, but somehow you become a safe space. Why? Because your aura transmits acceptance. You don't try to rescue anyone. You simply hold space. You listen without needing to fix. You allow others to just be, and in today's world, that alone is healing. Your energy says you can be real here, and people feel it, sometimes instantly. 11. Your freedom inspires and unsettles. You live possible to be free. And for those who aren't ready, that silent message feels like confrontation. They may react with irritation, jealousy, or even anger. But remember, this isn't your fault. It's simply the price of living truthfully without apology. 12. Your absence echoes as loudly as your presence. When you leave a place, you don't simply vanish. The imprint of your energy stays behind, in memories, in the mood of the room, in the silence after you're gone. This isn't about ego or attention, it's about energetic impact. You show up so fully, so consciously, that your presence lingers long after you've physically stepped away. That kind of resonance isn't easily forgotten, and it doesn't fade quickly. 13. Your aura was forged in the fire of experience. Your energy doesn't come from books or theory. It was shaped through real life, through solitude, through pain, through the moments when you had to let old illusions die just to uncover what was real. You've lived through symbolic deaths, the kind that strip away everything false. And now, what others sense in you isn't perfection, it's coherence. You radiate because you've made peace with the parts of yourself that once lived in shadow. Your glow is not naive, it's earned. And that's why it resonates so deeply. If you've stayed with me this far, it's likely because something in these words echoed something true within you. And that's not about superiority, it's about alignment with your deeper self. As Jung reminded us, the unconscious resists what it hasn't yet integrated. Your energy, just by being, can reflect back what others aren't yet ready to see. But that doesn't mean you should shrink to make them comfortable. You weren't made to dim your light. You were meant to wake people up, gently, powerfully, silently. So keep walking your path, even if it shakes people, especially then, because those ripples you create, they're the beginning of something much larger, much deeper. And speaking of ripples, in the final part of this message, we'll look at what it really means to live with a powerful aura and how to honor that gift in your everyday life. Let's continue.